All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to week 2 of Marketing with C. In this series, I am taking a fitness business from 0 to £100,000 step by step. I'm documenting my journey on getting there, and as the video is titled, this is the second week of us going there. Now, what's the main principle behind it? I'm starting from ground zero, nothing, meaning no program, no content. Actually, that's kind of a lie because I'm utilizing some of the pages that I've built before. But basically, in essence, what I'm saying is I don't have a fitness business that I'm running yet. And I'm building it all from the ground up by focusing mainly on two main things, all right? One of them is how I'm bringing clients into this business. And the second one is how I'm delivering the program, all right? The program is something I'm selling. So these are the two main things that I'm focusing on each and every week. How I'm building the vehicle behind, attracting clients to this business, which is going to be social media and content. And second is, what am I doing with the program? How am I building the program? How am I setting it all up so I can make £100,000 in this industry? And then, yeah, basically showing you the entire process step by step. Now, let's not get it wrong. I'm not an expert. I have made £100,000 from other businesses, right? So, the way I'm judging it is 100K entering my Stripe account. But as I said, I'm no expert. Luckily for me, fitness industry is something I've been about for a long enough time. So at least I kind of know what I'm talking about. Plus, I'm in shape. There's many things. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing it, right? Main one being I just want to fucking test out some of my theories. Some of the theories that I've learned inside of marketing, inside of sales. We're putting it all together. It's a little bit of a project, a little bit of a baby. So week 2, these sessions are analysis sessions and they serve a main purpose, one main purpose, and that is for me to sit down each and every week and basically plan my actions for the coming week. Because when it comes to building a fitness business, there is so many things that you need to do, so many different aspects, and your focus might become scattered, all right? So what I'm trying to do is just basically gain clarity on the actions I need to take each and every week in order to be able to achieve this goal, to be able to achieve this result. So our whiteboard, the famous whiteboard, famous, I have 0 followers, 0 subscribers on this page, but I still feel like I need to do it. On our whiteboard, let's go over to the whiteboard. And let's adjust a few things. So what we're going to look at first is what we've planned last week. These are our main ways of tracking the targets for the week. This one tracks what I do with the program. This one tracks what I do with the content, all right? Those are the two main things that we're doing, content and program. Week 1, that was last week. Let's adjust that little bad boy to represent what we are doing right now, which is got it done, all right? We're going to make that into a 2. Week 2, welcome. So, first of all, let's have a look. Program-wise, the mission and the plan was to go to the gym and record all the exercises for the app, all right? The app is the way we're going to deliver the program, and obviously whenever someone's going through the program, they need to know what exercises to perform. So the main mission this week was to go in a gym, film the exercises for the back, shoulders, biceps, triceps, quads, hamstring, calves, core, etc. All of the muscle parts, all of the body parts, they all needed to be executed. And I'll tell you what, it took a little bit of effort. Where is a green marker pen? It took a little bit of effort, but I can happily say that every morning what I've done is I've woken up earlier, like way earlier, headed to the gym and filmed a shit ton of exercises. Over 300 exercises were filmed. Then they had to be edited and uploaded to the app. It took a little bit of fucking effort. It all took a bit of effort, but I can say with pride, chest also got done, that this goal has been successful. We've reached it, all right? And that's basically has been the entire focus this week for the program. Now, soon we break down the goal for this week to see where we're heading and what we're doing. But for now, content-wise, baby, let's see what was the plan content-wise. Now, let me just remind you of one thing. The reason we're doing content is to attract new viewers onto the product that we're going to be selling. At the moment, I'm not selling anything yet. There's no product. There's no offer. That doesn't matter. I still want to build the social media around, fitness in order to be able to eventually provide an offer to the people that follow me and take them through the funnel so we can get to our goal of 100K landing inside of the Stripe account. But as I said, none of this is going to be put in place until we're ready. We're working on this in the background. The content is just there to grow the pages. So where are we at? What was the plan? Two main pages I have is Caesar King on Instagram and CK Shreds on Instagram. Those are the two main platforms. Like Instagram is my kind of thing. That's what I've been doing for a long enough time. Now that doesn't stop me from posting on TikTok and YouTube. But what I've decided to do last week is I just basically replicate content, meaning I reuse the content that I use on Instagram for TikTok and YouTube without creating new pieces of content for those platforms. Because at the moment we're short on time, everything's busy. So the idea was to post 2 times a day. Now, listen, let's start off with the CK Shreds page. CK Shreds, we started off the week on we started off the week on 31,812 followers. And then last week, we didn't have much success. We actually lost followers last week. But this week, we actually managed to bring that up to 32,628. So that is additional, let me have a look, additional 816 followers. All right? So we've done something right. And there was a strategy that I've mentioned to you that I'm utilizing in order to grow my pages, all right? There was a 3, or you could say 4-step system that we wanted to utilize it. And that 4-step system looked like this. I just quickly remind you of it. Find viral content to replicate, all right? I look at my niche and I see what everyone else is doing. If something's hitting viral stuff, I try to replicate it. My ideas, so that's the second category. So that's if something comes to my mind, I want to test it out. You never know. Maybe one of your ideas will be a good one. And then the third strategy is doubling down. So each and every week, like now today, we meet, we have a look. It's like, is anything working? Is anything bringing more followers? And if it is, we double down. We make more of that. And lastly, fourth strategy, this is the little baby that we're looking for, right? The little baby we're looking for is a golden piece of content. What that means is it's a proven piece of content that seems to be producing results. And we've posted that piece of content a few times and it's working time and time over again. So it's like, if I create a similar piece of content again and it works again and again, eventually we might have found ourselves a golden piece of content. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that this week might have been a week where we actually found ourselves a little golden piece of content. All right, now I will show that to you in a second. Actually, what am I talking about? Let's break it down. Let's analyze it. Let me go to the screen here. This might make more sense. So I'll meet you over here. Now we're rolling with triple cameras. In essence, what we're going to do is we're going to try and analyze what has happened, right? This is the one we're looking at. So what has happened with Shreds? There was a few things that have happened with Shreds. So the goal and idea was to post twice a day. How many times have we posted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times, all right? In essence, if I count today as another day, posting twice a day, that would be 14. So we are on track with our goal of posting twice a day. Now, last week, we've analyzed a few pieces of content that had the potential to maybe be good pieces of content. So we decided to double down. And the pieces that we decided to double down on were me basically kind of like getting changed into the outfit I'm going to be wearing for the gym session in a very particular spot at my house, and then go into the gym, all right? This video seemed to do well before. So I tried to do it. I posted one of those videos last week during week 1, or week 0, whatever you want to call it. And it was a pink set where I went and then trained leg day. And last week when I posted it, it already started doing well. But now, obviously, this post is maturing. So checking the analytics right now, we are on 200,000 views, which is pretty fucking solid, and we've gained 619 new followers from that one post. So that's looking promising. And not only that, this seems to be a piece of content that has been providing results previously. So it's something we've doubled down on, because previously, right here, there was another time when I posted it, and that went to 14,000 views, all right? And that's like 12 new followers. All right, that's something. And there was another time when I've reposted something similar, 13 followers. And also, I dropped one this week. I decided, all right, let's drop it this week. And again, already out of all the posts I posted this week, this is one of my top posts. 20,000 views, 22 new followers. So the way I'm seeing it is that this piece of content is working well, and this one might be our little golden piece of content. All right, I got a little golden ticket right there. I don't know if we can see it. It's not going to be able to focus on. Golden piece of content, and that golden piece of content is that piece of content right here where we basically get ready in a specific spot in the house, and then we, boom, hit the gym. So what's the idea? This week, all right, is definitely going to be one piece of content that we are going to be replicating. Yeah, we're going to be doubling down. Hopefully it's a golden piece of content that keeps on providing a result that we're looking for. Now, there's a few other pieces of content that seem to work well. Another one, which was an old repost, I reposted an old video, which is me training in my home gym. Home gym, if you could call it a home gym. Right here, right there behind me. And that one has provided 67 new followers, over 60,000 views so far. This is just posted this week. This post has an opportunity to mature. So what we're going to do, all right, this is what we're doing. I've got a few things prepped up over here. Let me just take you over here. And what we're going to be doing is I've marked down the 4 pieces of content that have seemed to work and proved to work. So getting ready and then swipe workouts, and then other swipe workouts at the gym where I'm just standing close to the camera as the first shot, and then, we go through the workout. And then lastly, home gym workouts, where again, I stand close to the camera, flex on the first video, and then we follow through. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick this little bad boy in here for this week. We're going to be doubling down on these pieces of content when it comes to CK Shreds. I'm also going to stick this little thing. Yeah. This is going to be our analysis sheet from this week. And let's stick it on a whiteboard so we can keep track of these things. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing. This is what we utilize in these sessions for, to keep track of what is happening. So I'm going to stick that one here. All right. CK Shreds, beautiful. 32,000 followers, 628. These were just the pieces of content that I've reanalyzed from this week to kind of have a look what was working and what wasn't. So, doubling down on these 4 pieces of content, but that doesn't stop us from keep on trying to discover more things. So, another thing that we're going to do is we're going to replicate some viral pieces of content. These ones are from Ross Dickerson. He's a guy that I actually know in person. And yeah, there's some videos that he's done that done really well. So we're going to basically follow through with a similar principle and try and replicate those in our own way. One of them hit 9 million views. The other one hit 4 million views. You never know. You never know. We're going to give them a go. We're going to try it. So viral replicate for this week. These are going to be these pieces of content. They are kind of workouts at the gym, replicating what Ross Dickerson has done. And lastly, my idea. So what is my idea? Now, as I've explained to you before, I believe that there's many different pieces of content that you produce for social media. Some of them bring attention. They bring new people to your page. That doesn't mean that they're best pieces of content for generating sales or generating kind of, connection with the viewers that you have. So I believe a valuable piece of content is a speaking piece of content where I talk, give tips, kind of allow my viewers to meet me for who I am. Yeah. So the speaking types of content, they don't necessarily, they haven't gone viral yet. I don't know. Maybe they will go viral, but that's not my aim with it. My aim is just to create some speaking type pieces of content where I can connect with my viewers, kind of, tell them more about me, give them some tips, grow the connection. So that's my idea, and this is what we're going to do. Now, golden piece of content, baby, I haven't actually printed it out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this. All right, I'm going to chop this off. And I'm going to say that this piece of content where I'm getting changed because I posted this several times and it started to provide results, I think that's a golden piece of content. I've already explained what that means. That means it's worked before, and by me doing it again, it's actually proven to basically provide the result. I'm no longer guessing. I'm kind of doing it. So I think we'll see. But this week, that's our strategy for content. This becomes our strategy for content this week now. Doubling down on what works, trying something new, replicating some viral content, and then doing that golden piece, all right? Doing as much of that golden piece as I can. So that's one of our pages, and I think we're on a good roll. Bringing new followers. Eventually, when we drop the offer, and I'll show you exactly what kind of offer we're going to be building in the future episodes, I reckon that's gonna provide some traction, and we on a good way to making that 100K. All right. So second, before I break down what I did inside of my other social media page, Caesar King, which is less fitness focused and just more like day in life type focused, what we're going to do is we're going to just stick this TikTok thing, because the idea was for me to post on TikTok whatever I'm posting on Instagram. But I haven't posted every day on TikTok. I've only posted 4 times, and one of the posts was done literally before I'm filming this video. So TikTok, all right, I'll stick it here. TikTok this week, it went from 5,100 subscribers or followers to 1,174. I've lost 4 subscribers on TikTok, man. That's fine. So obviously the aim is to get better with it this week and to try and post more on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts I've only posted twice, and with YouTube we actually gained a few followers. We've gained about 10 subscribers. So, you know, we're moving out. We're moving up. There's not a lot of subscribers I have on YouTube, and the idea is this. Once I clear all this mess with the program, once I create this program and it's out the way, I can start creating long-form content. I basically want to create this mass production content machine where I'm creating content, dropping it online, and it brings traffic to my offer, you know, and then we make money. And there's a reason why I want to make money. Right now I'm putting all my effort into this, yeah? All my time and effort goes into this in hopes that when I do generate a system, once I have the system, it prints money, and if it prints money, me and my girlfriend can go explore the planet a little bit more, explore the world, and that'd be a beautiful thing. I think that's the experience I would like to have. Not only having a system, not only having something I'm proud of, but also exploring the planet, trying foods, tasting what the world has to offer. So that's the reason we're doing it. So what I'm going to do is shorts. I'm going to stick this here. We posted twice. We need to get that up to 7, at least once a day on TikTok and at least once a day on YouTube. So that's our content strategy when it comes to the fitness pages. But fitness pages aren't the only pages that we have. Right? There is more. We have the Caesar King page, and I'll sit back down over here. Right? I'll sit back down over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to King plan of attack. No, that's not Caesar King analysis. So unfortunately, with the Caesar King page, which is more of like my day in life page, it's kind of a confusing page, you know, because I used to post fitness stuff on there, then I stopped, and then it became kind of like day in life. Like the page is, I wouldn't call it dead. It's not a dead page, but the page is lacking soul, and I'm kind of, you know, struggling to figure out exactly what to do right on this page. So the idea is just to post day in life type of stuff. So looking at it, the content I posted this week is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. So we missing a few pieces from being 14. But when I look over the content, I'm not really seeing anything that shines. There is nothing that really speaks, you know. There is one piece of content that I posted about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, and that gained 90 followers. There is another piece of content that I posted, like a food, kind of get ready than food. It's more thirst trappy, if I'm being honest with you. I'm getting ready, and it's like, you know, you can see my full body and stuff. It's kind of a thirst trap piece of content. This is one main reason why I'm a little bit stuck on this page, because I posted a lot of thirst trap type of content, and now I'm trying to merge into something else. But thirst trap is the only thing that really works on this page, because that's the type of people that started following me. I cannot blame them. I was posting thirst trap. So what else am I expecting? So I'm trying to transition this page out of it a little bit. But it's not the easiest of things. As nobody said things are going to be easy. So let's do this. Let's do this. Basically, the idea is this. 2 pieces of content that kind of did well. One photo in a certain angle when I'm sitting at home, and a food piece of content, all right? There's nothing else that stands out to me on this page. I still keep posting, but there isn't much traction happening. There isn't many followers. As a matter of fact, we lost followers this week. 10 followers have been lost despite of posting 9 times. So the idea for this week is this, yeah? We're going to try find more viral content to replicate, more like day in life, getting ready, kind of like, you know, this is me type of thing. I haven't found those pieces. I'll keep looking, and if I find something, I'm going to replicate it. There is this guy called Joe Rick Witten. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I see him online, and maybe his type of style I'll replicate. Mariano, he's another guy, but he's living a funky life. He's traveling right now. It looks interesting. So it's hard for me to replicate it when I'm, here in London. Actually, London has a lot to offer. So what we're going to do, this is the plan for this week. I'm going to continue with the recipe, and I'm going to try and combine it with that little photo that I did. The photo in my house. So maybe I could start the video somewhere, where the photo is, exactly the same angle, boom, flex a little, go and cook. Yeah? Or maybe eat at the table, like, munching, this is the angle, and then cook. So maybe that will be a good idea. I don't know. This is all basically just my idea. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I am going to stick it on a whiteboard for our tracking. This page is not really providing the result that we want, but that's fine. Life isn't about it being perfect. And as a matter of fact, there is a motto that we're trying to move on through the first stages of building a program and building the content, and that is called a fuck up phase. And a fuck up phase has one thing in mind: fuck it up. Rather than focusing on making things perfect, rather than sitting there inside of your, mind where you're just like thinking of the best idea, the best way to execute it, you don't do that. We don't do that for a fuck up phase. We just take massive action and we fuck it up. As a matter of fact, sometimes we want to fuck it up because that's the way we learn. So I'm not expecting perfection. I'm expecting massive action. Sometimes when you're doing something new, you want it to work out well. You create this perfect dream and you start worrying that you're going to do something bad. That's what fuck up phase removes. You want to move on. You want to fuck it up. All right. If fucking up becomes your goal, then you remove the fear of doing something that you want to do. Yeah. We don't want to make it perfect. So let's stick this, and this will conclude our content planning session. And as I said, if you want, you can look back at the past videos of what we've done in the previous week, of how we set it all up. What were the actions that we taken? I dive deeper into this little system that I've developed, a system that helped me gain over 100,000 followers online. So I explain it more, the viral replication system, the doubling down, the golden piece of content. But for now, what we do is we stick this here. What's our idea? My idea for the Caesar King page becomes this, and then replication. We're running out of blue tack. Oh, baby. We've actually run out of blue tack. That isn't good. I'm going to have to go get some blue tack at some point, but maybe I just slip this in. Viral, like that. That baby can sit inside. So our content strategy for this week, which we can actually mark down. This week, the idea is this. Yeah? The idea becomes this. Post 2 times a day. We continue with that. Plus 1 time TikTok. 1 time YT short. Yeah? That's a daily strategy. Yeah? Then, basically, execute. So the idea is to post twice a day, once on TikTok, once on YouTube Shorts, and it's to double down on that golden piece of content, create more. I want to create as many of these as I can. Yeah? Ideally, you know what? If I'm doubling down, why don't I create 7 pieces of content of that? That's a little bit of a push. Sounds like a little bit of a push to me. 7 pieces of that, 7 different workouts, 7 days. Let's see what happens. You never know. You never know where this can take us. This could be our breakthrough, or it all could go to shit. We'll find out next week. So, content strategy, done. Program. Obviously, we have to build something that we can then sell to people, that we can use to generate our money. So we can get our social media and monetize it. What do we do with the program? Let me give you a quick overview of what was happening. The program is going to be a one-to-one coaching style program online. So the idea is, obviously, I have fitness expertise. This is something I've been doing for 14 years alongside of other businesses. Fitness is something I've been passionate about. It's how I started off in this online world. And by having this knowledge, I'm coaching a few people right now. It's not a full-on coaching experience. It's not a full-on business. But because I used to do fitness as a business, I still have some clients that I'm helping out. So the system works like this. I'll take it from the back. In order for someone to change physically, in my opinion, well, there are two main things that you do. You go to the gym and you train, and you do the right things with nutrition. You eat in the right way. If you eat and train in the right way, you change your body, you get in shape. But the thing is, everyone requires a slightly different level of advice. So depending on where you're starting, whether you're brand new to the gym, depending on your goals, maybe you want to lose fat, maybe you're someone that wants to build muscle, etc. There's so many different scenarios of what you want to do. And over the years, I've kind of developed different strategies for different periods of time. When I'm trying to get shredded and get lean, I do different things. When I'm trying to maximize muscle growth, I'll do different things. When I'm trying to build strength, I do different things. So to me, my expertise gives me one thing. I'm like a consultant, all right? So my job is this. A lot of the times, the people who get my help are confused about what they have to do. They may know what their goal is. They I want to get in shape. I want to lose fat. Maybe I'm getting married and I have a wedding coming up. Or maybe I'm going away on holiday. Or maybe I'm just simply fucking tired, of being out of shape and making promises to myself that I don't keep. Whatever the problem is, my job as a consultant, in a way, is to understand what their problem is and understand what their goal is. Once I know what their goal is, the current situation, I can then show them, based on their problems, what the best plan of attack is, all right? And my idea is this. I invite my followers on the strategy call, and my mission on this strategy call is to present them with what their current situation is, what their goal is, and how I, in their position, would best approach, kind of tackling those problems. What plan of attack would I utilize? That's the strategy session. Now, I showed them what I would do by, in essence, showing them the programs that I would follow, all right? So this is what I would do with training. This is what I would do with nutrition. Now, during a strategy, you only got about, 15 to 20 minutes. Even if you explain what to do, it still doesn't give a full picture on how to do it. So I showed them the what. I don't necessarily give them the how. Even if I wanted to give them the how, it'd be impossible. It takes time. And then I offer the how through my program. So I say, I'll help you out with it. I'll put you on my app. I'll give you a nutritional plan, and I'll guide you each and every week. I'll check with you. I'll keep you accountable. Make sure that you're actually following through with what you have. And that we maintain WhatsApp support. We do weekly check-ins. Everything that you need to transform your body. That's my offer. That's going to be my offer to reach that amount of money. All right. So this is the whole plan. Now we're building it. Last week we've built the app, meaning we use an app called My PT Hub. So it's a software that's already pre-built, but we needed to upload it with our own exercises. So that's what we've done last week. We went into the gym. We filmed it all. This week, what's the idea? The idea is this, for me. I've got it over here. I'll sit down, although you might not be able to see it properly. I'll speak to this camera. Yeah. The idea is that I already have a few people going through, I'm helping them. And based on the people that I'm helping right now currently, my idea is to create, all right? My idea is to create rough programs that I can then kind of use as templates for the future people that come into my program. So let's say one of my clients has a problem with mobility. So it's someone that wants to get in shape, but unfortunately when he goes to the gym, he cannot perform exercises because his shoulders are tight, his hips are tight. So a person like that would follow a program, let's say I would call it Full Body Fix. All right, all right, well, that's not focusing very well, but Full Body Fix. So the idea is for me to create a base strategy around fixing your body. So when I create content for this for the program, in the future, when I get someone who has a problem with mobility issue, I can point them to that program with ease. Some videos, okay, that will explain what to do. So then that way I don't have to do it every time. I don't have to explain it to everyone that comes. If you have a problem with your mobility, boom, this is what you do. And then I pair you with the right program. So there's going to be 5 base level programs, all right? And hopefully we're still recording, yeah? There's going to be 5 base level programs, yeah? And based on these programs, if I create content for these programs, the videos for these programs, I can then reuse them when I get clients. And that's what I need, because this is going to become a big machine. Eventually, this needs to be a system. If I get 10 clients, all right, I can handle it and I can, maybe create everything from scratch for those 10 clients. But if I get 50 clients or 100 clients, which is the aim that we're going to be aiming for, things are going to be a little bit tighter. So this needs to be a good machine, well-oiled cog, you know, in order to work. And that's what we build in here in the background. But there's so much to focus on when it comes to this that we just need to take it week by week, all right? Week by week. And then once this is ready, we're going to promote it to the world. So the way I'm going to build it is by focusing on two things this week. One is to create a rough draft. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me just wipe this and I can, all right, love draft. So I want to create a rough draft for these 4 programs, like a layout, you know, like a system. Because as I said, every approach is different. You build strength in a slightly different way to when you just focus on building muscle and hypertrophy. You fix your body by utilizing different techniques than you do with the other things, you know? So I just need to have a good little draft, good little idea of what needs to happen where. Yeah? That's what we're going to be taking care of this week, number 1. And number 2, there's a big thing we're taking care of this week. And that big thing we're going to be taking care of this week is the people that I already have, that I'm already helping. Yeah, I want to create a bulletproof system for the weekly guidance, for the weekly check-ins. So everyone that's going through my programs right now, I want to create more of an environment for the people that I already help, where I can easily check in with them every week. So ideally, I send them a little questionnaire or something to check whether they executed on what we agreed that they're going to be executing this week and whether they're on the right track. That's basically it. The second thing that I want is I need a client management system, a CRM. I keep forgetting what CRM stands for, but in essence, it's a software that allows you to keep track of what is happening to the clients that you're interacting with, whether that's new people coming in or whether that's people that I'm already helping. I need a system on my computer that allows me to easily click and pull up a file for the person to know what they're doing with nutrition, what they're doing with training, and where they're at. All right. So then that way, when I do my weekly check-in, when I send them the form, I can easily basically check whether everything's going smooth or whether someone needs my extra additional help. And the reason I want to start doing it right now is because that's going to be the major part of the full program. All right. Checking in with them on a weekly basis. I've written someone else here. All right. So weekly check-in system, what we're trying to create is this. I said solid client system check-ins. CRM, that's where we track the data of each client. Clear objective. So inside of the CRM, this is what we're going to do on a weekly basis with every client. We set a clear objective because that way they know what to focus on and I know how to keep them accountable. If we agree on something, they do it, good. If they don't do it, then I'll know something's off. Weekly check-in, that's going to be ideally a form, a questionnaire that I send out each and every week. So I need that in place. That way they fill it and that helps me understand what's happening this week. And lastly, WhatsApp, all right? So I just need to understand what's happening with WhatsApp. I need to get everyone on WhatsApp. I have everyone on WhatsApp, but basically we bulletproofing the system of the weekly check-ins. So that's what we're going to do this week, all right? That's basically our full entire focus, weekly check-in. That's the target, yeah? Simple. That way my mind is aligned with whatever the fuck I need to execute, yeah? Content, we know what we're doing. Program, we know what we're doing. Now it's time to execute. Sunday, that's today. Every Sunday we're going to be meeting and we're going to be seeing what has happened, like we just did with the content, and what has happened with the program. Now, ideally, I'd like to get this program up and going as quickly as I can, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to put together. All right, that's the beauty of this entire thing. Is, you know, sometimes you would say to yourself, oh, I'm going to do this in the next week or 2 weeks. What I've learned over my course of life is that sometimes if I make a perfect plan, life doesn't go in a perfect way. So if I create a big plan for the next 10 weeks, what I would like to happen, it doesn't usually go like that. But if I decide on some actions to take this week, and I take them with ruthless mass action, things start to move forward. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. Let's fucking go and execute. And guys, let's build this £100,000 business, fitness business over the journey. I'd love to eventually, whoever, maybe someone will watch this video at some point. Eventually, I'd love to build a community around just marketing, business online, just to even pick your mind on the strategies that you're executing. Maybe there is something that I can learn from you, something you can learn from me. That way, creates a beautiful world. So if you have watched this video somehow, I don't know who would have, but if you have, go on, hit that subscribe button, man. I'd love to have you on here. I'd love to connect. Maybe hit a comment. Let's start a conversation down below. Let me know what you think of my strategies. And I'll see you next week for a little summary and seeing how close we are getting to that goal of £100,000.